Workers at a Bangor restaurant rolled up their sleeves today to raise money for their colleagues down south. Moe's Original Barbecue in Bangor regularly hosts fundraisers, but this one was personal. A former employee of the South Portland location recently moved to Asheville, North Carolina to become part owner of a Moe's franchise there. Unfortunately, his store was destroyed by Hurricane Helene. 2 additional Moe's in western North Carolina were damaged as well. 15% of profits from today's orders will head to the impacted employees as they start rebuilding their lives. Moe's says turnout has been great.
I think it's just the spirit of barbecue, really. It's kind of, you have people in your neighborhood and you're having a barbecue and you see someone passing by and they smell something good and you want to give them some food, and we're kind of just sharing the love and helping people who really need it.
If you'd like to help, Moe's is still open until 8 p.m.